some of the most spiritual experiences would be, some of the simpler things, some of the conversations we had with people that we didn't necessarily get another appointment with, or just talking to people on the street. But there was, I felt like there was this continued message of hope that people would teach themselves when we talk about the restoration and say, what would that mean to you? There's this one guy our age, Kevin, we taught him, and we were talking about the restoration, and we said, what would that mean to you if you knew that there was a prophet of God on the earth today? And he just said, there'd be hope. I wouldn't be alone. And it was just powerful. And like, what do you say to that? We just were able to testify there is hope. There is, Heavenly Father's looking out for us. There is, So that happened often when that would be brought up on the street, and just that feeling in the moment where nothing else is happening around you and you just feel the Spirit. So we were walking down the street, and in our mission, we had this kind of part of our culture was just talk to everybody. And we were walking down the street, and we were heading to this person's house, and we saw this guy working on his Jeep, and we're like, oh, let's go back and talk to him. And he was blaring some of the most profane language, just horrible music. And we're like, we got this. Like, let's go talk to him. And we went back to the car, and we couldn't get his attention, and we kind of tapped on the window. We're like, hey, dude. And then we're like, what do we do? We looked at each other, and the music just cuts out. We're like, oh, perfect. Hey, we're missionaries. And he kind of turned around, and we started talking to him. And it was just this amazing conversation we had. And we brought up He Is the Gift, and we said, hey, do you have a phone? Let's show you this video. And we pulled up He Is the Gift on his phone, and it was that same feeling the Spirit was all around us. Nothing but that little screen existed in the world, and we were all just watching it. And just the Spirit, it was so powerful as we watched that together. And he looked at us after. He said, I want to learn more. And I want to come to church. And we said, well, yeah, let's do it, He said, can I bring my girlfriend with me? Of course. And turns out, when we were walking back home, we passed another guy, and turns out the guy that he was friends with, they were sitting outside. This kid had been coming to church for a couple of weeks with his sister, and he was investigating the church, and we were like, hey, we know both of you, and they were able to kind of fellowship each other. He's like, hey, yeah, I want to bring my girlfriend, maybe we can go together, and they were able to kind of be a strength to each other, and it was cool, just yeah. One of our recent converts, Ileana, well, I just ruined the story, she got baptized, but anyways, that day, me and Sister Eastman, everything had been fallen through, everybody canceled, our backups canceled, we didn't really have anywhere to go, and we decided to say a prayer. And my companion said, I feel like there's somewhere we need to be, I just have no clue where it is. So we prayed, and we decided to walk a certain way, and we started walking toward somebody. We decided who we'd go see, and I kind of felt like we needed to go that way. I wasn't sure if that was the person we needed to see, but we both felt good about heading in that direction. And as we're crossing the street, she stops in the middle of the road and rolls down her window. She's like, hey, are y'all in the Lutheran church? And we were like, no, we're in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. She's like, yeah, Mormons, that's what I meant. She's like, come here. And so we started talking to her, and she opened up with us a little bit, and then it was really amazing teaching her and getting to know her. And then the day of her baptism, something had happened, and she wasn't 100% sure, and we sat there outside of her house, and we had no clue what to do, and we were sitting there and just praying, and she came out, and we talked with her, and she expressed her concern, and we said, do you believe that what we've taught you is true? And she said, yeah. And it was quiet for a second. My companion said, well, can we say a prayer with you? And we said a prayer, and just boom, it was powerful. I don't even remember what she said in the prayer, but afterwards, Ileana was quiet, and she said, I felt something, and I need to be baptized. I want to do this. And we were like, all right, let's go. We went, and after she came out of the water, she was overwhelmed with emotion and just the Spirit. And she said, I get it now. I get why this is so important to you, and I get why you didn't give up on me and why you fought. And it was just stuff like that that just really was a testimony builder that this is real, and it's not just something that I feel is real. It's things that it's tangible. You can feel the Spirit, and they feel it, and we have to fight for them because they don't know until they have it, and then they have it, and that's it. Boom! She's getting ready to go through the temple to receive her endowments soon, and just to see her journey, it's been amazing. Joey, he's cool. We met him at In-N-Out Burger. We were actually leaving. He was standing behind us in line, and we said hi to him, but it wasn't anything super long. And then as we're backing out, as missionaries, we had kind of, one person has to be behind the car when you're backing up. And so I'm backing up my companions, and he's getting into his truck next to us. And then he gets into the truck and he gets out. He comes up to me. I'm like, hey. He's like, hey, are you with the Christian church? And we're like, yeah, like actually, like let me tell you about it. And we talked to him for a minute, and my companions got out, and we invited him to come to church. And he came. He actually came to church, and we were like, ah. And the whole time he was investigating the church, he didn't miss a Sunday. This guy just really was very in tune. He was ready for it. He knew what he wanted, and he recognized from the beginning. One Sunday he was supposed to come to. He was not going to go to church. He had something very special and important going on, and something told him while he was getting ready, you need to go to church instead. And he called up his friends and he said, hey, this is what I've got going on. I'm going to be at church. And just to see that, I felt like the Lord placed us exactly there, and he was so ready for it. And he was getting ready a couple days before his baptism. He wasn't quite sure. He had a concern. We weren't exactly sure what it was, but we went to the visitor center and went and watched the restoration. And we didn't know that I remember exactly what we thought he was struggling with, but in the prayer afterwards, we knelt and he prayed just like the most sincere prayer. And he said, Heavenly Father, this is my concern. I didn't know exactly about Joseph Smith. I didn't know if that was real. But he prayed and he was like, this is real. I know that he was a prophet of God. This is an answer to my prayer, and I'm so ready. And just like, it was just so amazing to just see him. He was ready for it. And yeah, definitely awesome.